Hello guys, so welcome back to another how-to session over here. Today's topic is how to live, and it's really about life. Let's talk about life, guys. No matter what, you have to realize how to live is right now. You understand? You have to live right now. You have to be a person of influence. You have to be a person who's far better than the rest. You need to be able to do everything that you can to succeed better, to speak better, to actually plan on the video, what you actually do every single step of the way. You have to realize to plan your life ahead, be journaling, make sure that you're looking better, making sure that your nutrition and your health is much better than before, making sure that you're traveling and giving ideas, making sure no matter what you have more money and time and scheduling your areas of life appropriately in the best manner. You understand? So the best manner is the best appropriate manner to do so. Be more appropriate in what you're doing, be more professional, be more considerate of other people when you're speaking in terms of life. Make sure that no matter what, that when you're speaking, you're never rude, because you always need a better, nice outlook and never a outlook. You need a positive trait in your life. So to be a person who has an outlook, you need to have a sense of integrity. You need to realize that the outlook that you're looking for is inside, and then you realize that what I just said means that you need to solve your own problems in life. You have to realize that no matter what you do in life, nobody will solve your problems, but you realize that life is here for you when you are bettering yourself. You understand? Guys, I've been traveling now Australia for 9 months and 1 week. I find around Australia that everything's working out for me when I'm growing. You understand? Never because of other people, because other people may give me ideas, but guess what? I capitalize on those ideas, and who really helped me? You understand? They gave me the ideas, I capitalized on it. I helped myself the most. They may have given me the ideas, but guess what? Imagine I never took action on it. Would they help me? No. Understand? So realize the only person that's going to help you in life is you. So realize no matter what, when you're doing your videos, you have time to do it as much as you can. Make sure that no matter what, that you're corresponding, which means that you're relating to your day in a timely manner, making sure that no matter what, you're ahead of schedule, that you're always planning your life, and that every single day you're learning something to improve your EQ skills, which is your doing points, which is your doing skills. You understand? So you may say, from now on, I will move away from people when I do my videos. And then eventually, every time you do a video, you must be able to see where the people around you are and to move away from them. So you never sit around them when they're speaking around you. Do you understand? Because they're going to disrupt your video. So that's an EQ point. Each time that you do your video, you'll be on the lookout for cars, for people, for the wind, and you make sure to go to an area where you actually can do a video such as this, where it's a much beautiful setting for me. And I make sure no matter what, I just made a new EQ point for myself. I said, I'll never again sit in this position where I'm doing this video to do another video for you right here. You understand why? Because there are plenty of other areas around Perth or around Australia or anywhere in the world where I can do a different video with a different background setting. You understand? So to have the same background setting in the same spot where I've done this video is no longer required. This is all I need for this session in terms of life. I just need me. So that's one skill that I just taught you how to do. Make sure that you're always doing every single video that you do in a different area of your life, making sure that you're always better than before. So the next videos that I do, I'm always going to be better than this video. So no matter what, each time you do watch me, I'm leveling up. I'm always becoming better in terms of my pedigree, in terms of who I am. And pedigree is another word for an astonishing way to be better. You understand? So no matter what, always realize that each video that you do, you're actually going to really satisfy your needs to grow. And when you're satisfying your needs to grow, you're actually the happiest and you're living life to the fullest. You're always making sure that you're happier. And that's the whole point of having joy. Joy comes from inside. Happiness comes from inside. There's nothing out there that can really make you happy. There's no food in the planet that can make you happy. And there's no TV set or movie or anything or any person or any animal in terms of life or anything in terms of nature that can make you happy. What can make you happy is making sure that you're growing, making sure that you're more perfect than yesterday. Realize that perfection is growing. When you're growing, you're always perfect. You understand? I'm perfect because I grow. That's it. I'm a perfect person because I grow. I'm never just perfect. I'm perfect because I grow. That's different. You understand? When you're relating growth to perfectionism, that's the way to go. Never just be perfect, because when you're perfect, you'll never grow. Be a person who's perfect while growing. That's the best way to live life. That's how to live life. You grow. Now, in order for you to grow, you need to realize that you needed some planning skills. You need to realize to journal. You need to realize to start doing video recording, and you need to start doing audio podcasts. Listen, nobody's going to do it for you. Nobody did this for me. Nobody helped me to really boost my communication skills except for me. I worked on these communication skills all my life. All my life. From the age of a baby to the age of this, no matter what, I'm still a baby in my heart and who I am. Why? Because I live younger than ever now. I may look more mature, and I plan to have this beard for a long time. You understand? Why? Because it makes me look more mature. It never makes me look older. Never see the world as, for example, who is younger and older. But yes, you can. You always see the world in terms of black and white. You see the world in terms of black and white, but when you see, go for the ones that are young. The people who are young, such as me, I'm young, I look mature, but I'm young. I'm better than Butt. And there are people who are mature, they have the beard and everything, and they look very old. They're smoking cigarettes and they're very old people. Now, I'm a person who's looking younger than ever, you understand, in terms of my feelings. Now, in my maturity, obviously, I'm growing in my maturity all the time, and I'm always a person who is making a smart-ass comments. I'm making smart-ass comments all the time, because guys, you need to be a smart-ass to live life. You have to be a smart-ass, you have to be a nerd in something. You have to be passionate about something. So when you're passionate about something, when you're giving your thoughts freely out there, and with nothing in return, guys, realize that you need to show up every single day to do your videos. Showing up is 50% of the task. You understand? Every single day. You may be showing up to get your food, showing up to write your codes down, showing up to do anything. Do you understand? Maybe showing up to get in your car, showing up to wake up at 9 a.m. every single day, showing up to walk somewhere, showing up to travel somewhere, showing up to dress in a better manner. You understand? Showing up at the best time, showing up to say something at the best time. Do you understand? Showing up is 50% of everything that's said. No matter what, you need to be a person who's always 100% in everything you do, and you need to realize to give more than 100% all the time. So be a person who's always showing up. Overall, just show up. Never conclude to a percentage in your life. Never make sure, or better, just make sure always, just one second. Just make sure all the time. Just make sure that you never make sure. You understand? Because when you're actually going through your words, you have to realize to say something and finish it off before you even say something next. Never skip over a thought or sentence before you've actually said something. Now, I just stuffed up, and guess what? I had no need to own up to it, but yes, I did. No matter what, own up to something all the time. Own up to it all the time. Anything you make a mistake on, realize that yes, I'm not perfect, but I'm growing. You understand? And growth is my perfect. You understand? So realize no matter what, you must be a person always growing. You must be a person always reading. Reading is going to help you grow. When you're reading with the financial economics of the world, you're always going to be updated around the financial economy, and that's very important for your mindset in terms of your life and to see where all of this is going. So no matter what, never be on the pension, never be in the stock market, never be getting out credit card loans, never be in a mortgage rate, never be taking out any loans or credit cards or in terms of any bank loans. You understand? Why? Because guys, when you're taking out loans, you have to give it back. You understand? And they're going to come after you, and it's going to make you more broke in the long run. What you need is a nice, beautiful way to live life where you can actually make sure that no matter what, you're updated in the world for everything. You need mentors to follow. I have mentors in terms of over 100 mentors I follow. In terms of education, in terms of self-education, I follow about less than 14 of them. Do you understand why? Because they really teach me something. Now, in terms of sports, I have many people who are in sports who have been, in terms of, who are right now the greatest in history in terms of their sports careers. In terms of soccer, there's tennis, and there's also whatever other ones that I did add. Realize there are also actors I've added. And now listen, no matter what, this is how I speak, this is how I am. Now, in terms of that, there are many music artists I follow, and guess what? They teach me nothing about music in terms of theory, but yes, they do. They also teach me in terms of how they make their music and what they do on a daily basis, and that's more than enough for me. And what I really need is to make a university, which I'm doing right now, in terms of music production, where I actually teach people how I do my music production, and no matter what, make a big university out of singing and also music production theories, so that people can see and watch me and also do that for free for them. And no matter what, once I do that, I'll make sure no matter what, that I just live life. I just live life no matter what. And I'm always setting myself up for success. I realized that I have to live life alone, and you have to do that as well. And I realized that nobody for the past 9 months has been coming with me around Australia. And are you prepared to travel the world right now for 9 months on your own? You understand? Are you prepared for that mentally? So to be prepared for that, you need to be able to plan. You need to be able to really dig into your finances and see where your finances are going. Because guys, I do financial planning every single day. And yes, I run late on some of my tasks because I've organized myself around other aspects of life. And then I keep coming back to what I need to do. And before I need to do anything, I make sure that I upload all my content all the time. Because guys, part of my daily schedule is upload content, do 3-hour videos, branding shoots, 40 photos a day. I have to upload into Instagram, and I have to make sure that my theories in life are much better, but that I'm doing much more than I say. So in terms of life, I have to journal. I have to make sure I groom in the morning. I have to make sure that I brush my teeth at least once a day. You understand? I have to brush my teeth at least once a day, and I do occasionally do twice a day when I have to. You understand? So no matter what, just do what you need to do. Focus on what you need. Today I made also a nice, beautiful financial decision, and I said every single morning, all I will get for myself is a soy milk, a tofu, and that's it. Nothing else. I drink my soy milk, and I eat my tofu. You understand? And then guess what? Yes, I have to go into the supermarket again to get other food, such as 4 cans or 4 cans with peanuts, or 3 cans with peanuts, or whatever. And those are my daily meals. And realize this: it's much better for me to just get soy milk and tofu for whatever amount, and just go and eat that, and then I never go back to the supermarket. I just go to the supermarket to get more food, so then I can go to the hostel right away instead of having to carry 4 canned foods with me, which is 400 grams each, which is another 2 kilos each. I'd rather just carry my soy milk with me, drink it right away, my soy milk, and then have a nice, beautiful tofu, which is 450 grams right now. And that's all I carry. So no matter what, I did make a nice, beautiful gesture for myself as well in terms of kilogram wise. And in terms of that, I will write something down in terms of 1.6 kilograms times 365 times over 73 years, because I plan to live over 100 years. And that's my meal plans every single morning. My meal plan every single morning is soy milk and tofu. Every single morning, do you understand? It's simple, very easy. I have something to eat every single morning. You understand? You can see my soy milk. You understand? That's what I eat in the morning. Now, based on how I did do that, my financial aspects of life, what I usually did before was I grabbed all my food and then I carried it with me everywhere. So I would carry 4 canned foods, and I carry also my tofu and my soy milk I drink straight away. And that's how it used to be. You understand? And you'd be wondering, oh, why would you do that? Well, guess what? When you're traveling, you get scared, and you need some food on you while you're traveling. Now, realize this is all I have while I travel. You understand? So there's no suitcase with me as I travel. I have no suitcases. I used to have a suitcase when I started traveling. I had 1 suitcase. Guess what? That suitcase is gone. I went from my biological dad's house with a car and full carload of stuff. You understand? To just having this now. Just this. You understand? Do you understand how big that is? So I have a Toyota Starlet with tons and tons of stuff in terms of my stuff. In terms of kilogram wise, it's kilograms, never tons of stuff. I over exaggerated there. And I had so much stuff in terms of my life back when I started to just leave my biological dad. I left my biological dad, and no matter what, here I am with no suitcase. Once I started traveling around Australia, I had a suitcase, and then I minimized my suitcase. I had a backpack also, a backpack and a suitcase. And then eventually I got rid of the small suitcases, which is around the $20 ones that you get at Kmart, for example. And I'm more than all the money in the world. So no matter what, then I had a backpack, and I was carrying a backpack around, and also I had 3 soy milks. I was taking 3 liters with me every single day inside my bag. And also I had microwave cups. I threw them away. I also had soy milk. I had 3 liters of soy milk I was drinking every single day, and I minimized it to 1 soy milk a day. Also, I had almond milk. I changed totally from soy milk to almond milk. I found out, instead of getting 2 liter almond milk for $5 a day. I just went to $1.70 a day in terms of my soy milk, and that way I made money. Just now I made money there. And also I went from peanut butter, I went and chucked out the peanut butter altogether, which is another $3 a day. I have more in money. I make sure no matter what, I'm always cutting my expenses in terms of my life and cutting my investments where possible in terms of the ones that I never need, and I cut the investments I never need. I also cut out, for example, my website Wix, which was $26 a month. I made sure that the next 3 years that I have $900 extra to travel, and that's another beautiful way for me to actually do life. No matter what, I'm always a person who's never stealing life. I make sure no matter what, I'm happy nobody's ever stealing from me. Guys, no matter what, make sure you're being on the offense about life. In terms of life and my food, I had also vegetable stock powder I used to carry around, which is just a bit of salt I used to pour on top of my food and my tofu. I threw that out totally out of my diets. Also my bread, anytime I used to have bread with peanut butter, I threw out the bread. I threw out the bread totally. And now in terms of bed, guys, I have a bed. Now I always have a bed to sleep on, and no matter what, there was also bread and there was also cereals that I used to eat in terms of my Wheat Pix. I used to eat Wheat Pix. I threw that out also. Now when I give you this list of how I used to travel with suitcase. I used to travel with 3 liters of soy milk. I used to travel with vegetable stock powder and bread, and also Wheat Pix inside my bag, inside my suitcase, inside my backpack. And now guess what, in my shoulder bag I have everything better. I used to travel with also almond milk and microwave cups, all this kind of stuff. And no matter what, you can see that no matter what, I'm a person who's always growing. I'm happy that nobody's stealing from my life. No matter what, I'm always a person on the offense about life and people stealing my stuff. So no matter what, nobody's stealing my stuff, and I see that people never steal my stuff, because that's how you need to realize that no matter what, sometimes you'll be a victim of life when you're actually speaking that somebody stole your stuff. You understand? So make sure that you're saying that nobody will ever steal your stuff. That way you can actually progress forward and live better. So you're asking, oh, but honestly, it's very easy to travel. So I'm better than but. And no matter what, I say that because the word B-U-T is a self-doubting word. And I just say I'm better than but. I'm better than that word. That way I can keep on top of my lack that I have, and which is I have no lack. So in terms of life, you may be asking, it's so simple just to travel with just this, has my laptop in it, has my phone technology and my nice beautiful food in terms of my tofu, and also my water bottle, which is also very, very affordable for me. And also, for example, I have my cables and everything I need in certain times of this time, that no matter what, I have no difficulty in life, and I have everything I need inside my shoulder bag, which I also invested in for myself. So that being said, I did invest everything in terms of me, that I have technology inside this shoulder bag that I need. And guys, no matter what, I'm always a person who's never struggling in life, but I'm a person who tries to communicate better and better. And I never try, I actually do it. I do communicate better. I never try to communicate better, I just do it. I just see a better way to communicate, and I just communicate in a better way by expressing myself more. That's how to live better. In terms of my life and how I live life today, you have to realize that this has everything to do with how you live and how to live better. And in terms of how to live, you have to realize that when you're carrying no suitcase throughout your traveling career in terms of the world, you realize that no longer will I travel with anything more than this. So the reason I did get this bag, this nice beautiful bag over here, for example, which is a nice beautiful bag. Do I look like a traveler? No. Do I look like somebody who's traveling the world? No. Why? I used to have a backpack on me. I used to be a kid with it. I used to look like a kid. You understand? Well, there's a kid wearing a nice light blue bag with a filler on it. Now, guess what? Do you see any brands on this? There's no brand on this. And do you see any brands on this either? No. Why? I have no branding material on me. Do you see any branding on my jeans? It has no brand. You understand? This has an icon, and guess what? Only I can see that. No matter what, these also, my shoes, they have no logos anywhere of Nike or Adidas or any filler type material. Do you understand? Do you understand why? because no matter what, when I brand myself, I love to brand myself in something that has no other people's logos on it. And also when I travel with my beautiful shoulder bag, it looks very professional and business-like, you understand? Also, for example, the other day I made sure no matter what to never invest in Apple earphones. And the reason is I was going to get those ones that you just place on your ear with no cables, and they were around $350, and there was also one for $240, and there was one for $168. And I picked the one that was 20 hours long instead of the 14-hour long for extra $20. Make sure that you realize that you really invest in higher battery power, and no matter what, it's going to help you. And then I realized no matter what, before that I went to the bank, I deposited $100 in my bank account to get myself a nice beautiful bag for myself. And guess what, I'm worth more than all the money in the world. I'm worth more than all the money in the world. I'm always priceless, but when you do expose the money that you did give for something, realize that it's for a reason for you to teach something with it. In a sense, so realize this, now when I travel around, I'm a traveler that never looks like a traveler. I'm a person that looks like I'm from Perth. I just look like I'm from Perth. I'm raised and born in Perth. Understand? That's how a person may look at me and they'll say, that guy's from Perth, that guy never travels. And yes, I go into a hostel, guess what? I never say anything about how I look. You understand? I never say anything, because guess what? When you say something in front of someone that you just invested in this, or that you just got this, or that you just got this, guess what happens? They never care about you anyway. You understand? So when they make a comment, guess what? They'll see you and they'll say, there's something about you. There's something about you. You understand? And they'll say, there's something about you that I really love. And then they have to, that's what you mean. That's what you do. You keep a mystery about you, and when they look at you, that they see something in you. They just see something in you, and that's what you need. When you look at my Instagram, you just see something in me. You just see something in me, and that's all you need to see. You understand why? Why? Because that's the success theory. Understand? My success is speaking louder than words. Shh, shh. Never say anything anymore in terms of how my success is going. But guess what? Yes, I speak more about how my success is going. But guess what? Keep quiet about your success. Keep quiet about your success. Do you understand? Why? Because let other people see your success, and let other people talk about you and how you're living life while you're doing videos and while you're doing everything in life. Do you understand? Now, in terms of life, you have to realize all I have is just this. When I travel, guess what? This here is less than 5 kilos. You understand? I travel with less than 5 kilos on the plane. It has everything I need. You understand? So it has 2 zippers. It has my laptop in it. You can see my laptop there. It has my laptop, and it has also, for example, I'll show you over here. As you can see, my tofu, my water, my cables, my portable charger. I have 2 portable chargers, and also my headphones can fit in nicely and beautifully inside my shoulder bag, and it makes me look professional. It makes me look business-like. Guys, I also invested in my jumper. You realize that no matter what, I'm looking professional. I'm looking like a person now doing business such as this. I look like a business person. Do you understand? And no matter what, I'm not looking like a traveler. I'm looking as a professional person who's doing business. That's what you need to realize. That's the first impression that you need to make. When you're traveling the world, look more business-like and have less than 5 kilos on you. Now you may be asking, oh, but what do you sleep in? Now I have boxer shorts underneath. I have boxer shorts underneath, and I carry them with me, and I change them every single week. You understand? Every single week I change them. You understand? No matter what, I change my socks every single week. I change my clothing every single week. I change my shirts every single week. You understand? I change my shoes every single week. I change everything every single week. I'm always looking new. I may change my bag also when I need to. You understand? I change everything that I need. I may get new headphones when I need to. Do you understand? So guess what? I get a new haircut now every time I need to. You understand? I make sure always to see the prices of everything. You understand? Never just walk into a barber shop or a hairdresser shop without ever asking the price. Why? Because you need to look at the price first before you invest into anything. I remember I walked into a shop before where I did do a haircut. I did do a haircut, and it was $50 to do a haircut. Now listen, I'm not cheap and I'm not expensive. I'm the most affordable. But guess what? The lesson there was, no matter what, it was $50, and $50 is nothing in terms of money. And I could have done something more with that money. You understand? I could have done something more. I could have had an extra night in Cairns for that money. So you have to realize, no matter what, you have to make better choices. And instead of instead of giving $50 for a haircut, I could have gained a better deal and had a $25 haircut and have 2 nights in Cairns to live, actual accommodation. You understand? So guys, no matter what, realize those kind of choices. I'm not cheap. I never look cheap. I never look expensive. I look the most affordable. I'm an affordable guy. I'm just an affordable guy. You understand? But guess what? Look richer anyway. Look richer anyway. You understand? Look richer than you do. Why? When you're looking richer than yesterday, you're gonna feel richer. You understand? You're gonna feel richer, and feeling is the feeling. So when you're looking better, obviously people are going to suss you out. They're gonna look at you and they're gonna speak about you. Your success is speaking louder than words. When people see me, they see a sexy person. You understand? So no matter what, you have to realize, no matter what, you're always looking better. Guys, no matter what, make sure that your belt is showing every single time. Make sure your jumper is inside of your jeans, so that no matter what, you tuck it in nicely. Make sure you're looking beautiful. Make sure no matter what, you're looking sexy, handsome, and that you ladies are looking beautiful. I'm not gay, but guess what? Make sure that you guys and ladies out there are looking the most beautiful you can. Now guess what? The beautiful word is called gorgeous also. The beautiful word is called pretty, and no matter what, they're all types of words for the same measure of success. No matter what, you have to realize, a person who's succeeding today is a person who looks like it. You understand? It's so simple. So look like a person who's successful. Simple as. Now, the reason I travel now, because I have such a beautiful time with my shoulder bag, with my new shoulder bag, my new clothing now. I change my clothing all the time. As I said in my previous videos, I never do laundry. I never need to hire anybody to do my grass mowing. I never have to invest in toilet paper. I never have to invest in shower doors and toilets. Do you understand? Why? Because that comes with the hostels, that comes with the hotels that I go into. No matter what, I'm always positive about what I do. I'm always a person who's speaking up for myself and what I do. Realize that you're always doing something incredible in your life. Realize no matter what, that you're always moving on from what you said, because once you say it, it's in history, baby. So no matter what, realize that you have to do videos, you have to do audios, and you have to do writing. You have to realize that you need to do quotes firstly. You need to do quotes also. Go do your own quotes and realize that you need to communicate better every single day, and realize that you need to do it for free for a certain period of time. And guess what? That's the enjoyment in the journey. You understand? I get to do this every single day of my life for free, with or without money, and that's the satisfaction that I gain from this video, because I get to have my video and my face plastered in front of your face, but also I make sure to see myself. And guess what? That's the whole point. You understand? The whole point is for me to teach you how to grow and how to live life. But as I do teach you how to grow and live life, I also teach myself how to word myself better. In terms of every time I speak a new video, I have to orchestrate a new characteristic in terms of my vocabulary words inside a video. So make sure that no matter what, I change my expression of mind in terms of my communication. Every single time in every single video, my communication is different and different and different and different. And each time it's different and different, I gain more success, I gain more communication skills, I gain a better outlook, I gain everything much better. Now, the in-look is much more important than the outlook. You understand? The outlook is more what you see me as right now. But what's happening in the inside is much more important than what's happening in the outside. Now, I changed the inside of me to be able to look such as this. You understand? In order for you to never travel with a suitcase, you understand? If you're a person who goes to hostels or goes to a hotel with 2 suitcases, 3 suitcases, imagine what I go with. Just this. This is all I have. You understand? And this is no joke. So I travel minimalistically. You understand? I'm a minimalist, which is a basic person. I'm a simple person. I categorize what I need. Every single week I throw out what I never need. You understand? I said to myself recently, I said, no more will I have a earphones piece or earphones product where there is a cable tied to it. No matter what, even when the cable is going around my neck, I'll never invest in those. Why? I invest in only headphones, and that's all I need. I have music production headphones and I have a music production laptop. Now, no matter what, I invested in a laptop also that is also the most affordable. Guys, you have to realize, go invest in laptops and anything that you need that's the most affordable for you. Realize that you must have money all the time with you, and that you must calculate your money every single time And no matter what, realize that you must teach everything that you learn every single day on a daily basis in a 3-hour video or more every single day. Do you understand? You may be a person saying, oh, that's too much, that's too much. Guess what? No matter what, when you're doing too much, you will succeed too much. You understand? Never be a person saying, oh, you're doing too much to somebody else. Never be that type of person. And never be that person saying, oh, you're doing too much, even to yourself. You understand? Go do too much. Put too much pressure on yourself. Why? Put too much pressure on yourself. Go break boundaries. Go and sophisticate yourself in terms of learn from yourself in terms of everything. Sophisticating is another word for learning. Understand? So when you're self-sophisticating, you're actually self-educating yourself. You're becoming a better and greater person in your heart and in your mind and everything. Do you understand? And your mind is never your mind. Your mind is never your mind, but your mind is everything in terms of life. Do you understand? Now, you are more than the mind. Understand? Let's just put it that way. Now, mindset is everything. That's what I mean. Mindset is everything. So when you're a person who has mindset, you're going to be a basic, simplistic, and minimalist in life. You're going to be a minimalist. And a minimalist, you're going to be a minimalistic person. So you can see I just repeated my word. You understand? I never had to do that. And then what you do is you just own up to it. And that way you can actually say, hey, I made a mistake just now. I said minimalist twice. And I was never supposed to say that. And that's why I had to really, really dig deep into a new way of communication there. So you have to realize you always have to give new ideas, new planning skills. Every single day is different. Guys, today I made sure no matter what, I did this video, and I started this video around 1 o'clock today. I made sure no matter what, never to finish anything that I do. I make sure to keep going. Make sure to keep going always. Make sure that you're never finishing. You're always starting something new. You understand? That's the way to look at life. And I started this video 31 minutes ago. Guess what? I have more time than ever. I make sure no matter what, I see my time schedule. I have 5 hours. I make sure to see, within 5 hours, how can I make a 3-hour video within that time? I say, instead of now doing three 1-hour videos, I can just do 2 1.5-hour videos instead. You understand? And that's much easier for me to do a 3-hour video no matter what. And I then say, some days I may say, I'm really dedicated today. Let me do just one 3-hour video today. 1 3-hour session. Or say I have more than enough time, I just, in between here and there, I can do 1-hour sessions in 3 videos. You understand? So I'm always doing 3 hours of content every single day, no matter what. Why 3 hours? Because guys, you need to do more than the rest of the people that you're with right now. You need to do more than the rest, and you need to be a person who's doing more than everybody else. Now guys, when you're scratchy, when you feel scratchy and itchy in your life, make sure you're never scratching, because I feel myself scratching around here. Why? Because I did shave around my nipple areas. I did shave around my nipple areas. Why? So that I can look sexier, so that I can take my shirt off and never be ashamed of who I am. And that's the way I see life. I see life that I have to look sexier as a person. And I did realize no matter what in my life, I never repeat my words. I just repeat my words again. Realize that you never repeat your words. And also, no matter what, I realize that in my life I never invest in aftershave. So when I started to shave in life, I was using aftershave every single day because my biological dad was. And I was also using the razors my biological dad was, and also I was using, in terms of life, I was using the shampoos and the soap. I never used soap for my hair. I never used shampoo for my hair, and I never use, for example, animal products for shampoo, soap, or toothbrush in terms of the toothpaste. Why? Because I'm a vegan, and guys, no matter what, now I never even have to do aftershave anymore. Why? Because I'm a vegan also, and you'll find that aftershave has animal products in it. And I never use shampoo also and soap. Why? Because no matter what happens, I never need it. And when I'm traveling, I have no need to carry soap with me everywhere. I have no need to carry shampoo everywhere. Guys, no matter what, I'm a person who loves to be natural anyway. And I realized no matter what, back in the caveman days and the cave people days, the cave woman days, you have to realize, just make sure that you relate to everybody in terms of the cave people. You understand? That way you include woman with the man, and never put the man first, you understand, or the woman first, to say the person or the people. That way you're referring to overall sense of the man and the woman together. That way you're speaking to both people at the same time, and never just including the man and then excluding the woman. You understand? The woman is part of the man. You understand? It goes woman. You understand? So no matter what, you have to realize when I speak, it's also for you ladies out there watching me as well. No matter what, just because I may say the man first, no matter what, realize I mean the woman also. In terms of my communication, I have to better my communication there. So in terms of the cave people in the past, did they have shampoo? Did they have soap when I was washing their hair? No. So guys, no matter what, realize there are too many chemicals going around in your shampoo and in your soap. You understand? If you have to use soap, I suggest you do use soap. It's much more, let's say, the most affordable option. You can go and get lemongrass soap. It's for $2 around there or better. And you have to realize, never put a price tag on what you sell. You understand? So if when you say lemongrass is this much, never do that. What you do is you say, go grab lemongrass. It's the best one. It's the best one for you to do. It's made out of grass. It's made out of plants. You understand? If you have to use a shampoo, if you have to use a shampoo, use a plant product. You understand? Use the vegan ones. It's much better for your hair. So no matter what, realize no matter what, in terms of my life, I do carry razors. In terms of one razor only, I only have one razor, and I do shave where I need to. No matter what, I make sure my face is looking clean, and I'm always using grid lines in my videos. Why? Because that's how to live. You understand? You need to be in the middle of the video, so that you can realize no matter what, you never break up your communication, but you realize that you get better in your communication. How? You make sure no matter what, you just keep training yourself to change your expression of mind through the you in action, and also making sure that you use the I in your theories, so that you can really express your story more. Express who you are in every single video throughout time. You will never express your story in one video. You create a 1 hour video, you may put maybe 1% of who you are in that video, or maybe even less than 1%, maybe 1% of a percent in that video. And then for another 50,000 videos, your story will come out even more throughout those videos. Each time give more and more about your story and who you are, and you'll be much more entitled to talk about yourself in front of people and in front of the crowd. No matter what, you have to realize this is all practice for me. The more I do videos, the more I show up every single day. I have to show up for it. I have to be here, and I have to show up for you every single day, and that's what I've said for myself. And nobody said this for me. Nobody said, Danny, you must do 3 hours. Why? Because it's natural now for me to do it. Why? Nobody told me to do it. When nobody tells you to go do it, that's your passion. You understand? Remember that. When you are doing something and nobody told you to do it, that's your passion. Go do whatever that is. But realize no matter what, to make yourself your passion the most. Now, because I did say for you to be yourself around yourself, realize you need to make yourself your brand. You need to make yourself your business. Guys, no matter what, when you hear Danny Milivojevic, you hear these videos. You hear these life coaching programs, you hear this guy can teach you business, this guy can do something around your planning skills, you can do something based on your mindset and help you grow your business and grow your riches. You understand? No matter what, that's who I am. When you hear my name around your town, make sure to come see me. No matter what, make sure that no matter what you're sharing me around, it's for free. I'm doing this for free. You understand? And no matter what, every time I do it for free, I never expect you to share me. I never expect anything from you. But if you do love this video, please do share. Why? Because guys, why not? If you do love it, if you do love to share me around, do it. And I never care. But guess what? No matter what, I can only care for myself. I realize no matter what, yes, promote yourself and promote people to share you. Even when you're doing it for free, you deserve it. You're saying you deserve to be shared around when you're doing it for free. You're saying I never expect you to, but guess what? That's just the shame I had. That's the shame I had. No matter what, you have to realize, promote yourself. When you're promoting yourself for free, say for people, hey, share me around. Please say for your kids to watch me and to also follow me around on social media and stuff of that nature. Realize no matter what, that when you're on social media, that also you realize that social media is a liability. What's a liability? A liability is something that takes your time away and something that takes your money away. You understand? And it may even take your health away. You understand? There are 3 types of liabilities. There is health, there is money, and there is also health and time. Health and time, you understand? And money. So realize anything that's taking your money away is a liability. Anything that's taking your time away is a liability. Anything that's taking your health away, such as drugs, illegal drugs and legal drugs, is a liability. You understand? So realize this. No matter what you're doing, you have to cut your investments in half right now, and you have to pick the best aspects of your life and invest your money in the best aspects, and always keep cutting it in half, in half, in half, so that you really see where your money's going. Guys, on a daily basis, my money's going in about 5-6 places in terms of food, drink, clothing, transport, accommodation, technology, my health, and my time. You understand? And traveling. So you have to realize that's where my money is going, and you have to realize that on a daily basis I may have 2-3 aspects of life where I did invest. Every single day now I invest in accommodation. Every single day of my life I'll be investing in accommodation. So you'll remember that. You understand? No matter where I am, hotels, my own house, whatever it is, I'm investing in my own accommodation every single day. You understand? And no matter what, you have to realize now, money is free. You understand? Money is free. So when you're working for free, you realize that money can also bring you much more freedom. So when you're working for more for free, in terms of life, you gain more of what's free. So realize no matter what, everything's free in life when you're working for free. In terms of what I invest in, is also food and drink. Every single day I invest in accommodation and food and drink. So you'll see no matter what, everything else may be, for example, clothing every second day or every third day or every day sometimes. I change my clothing, and maybe every week. So everything that's steady every single day is accommodation and food. Everything else, transport, for example, the bus here in Perth, I said I never need the bus here in Perth for the next 24 days. So guess what I've done? Because I do make a capital investment 2020 increase, which is my beautiful note system inside my financial journal where I save time and money, and I write my decisions based on what I did. And no matter what, such as the 99,000 rule that I did do today in terms of what I eat, I only eat soy milk and tofu now. Instead of gaining another, or better, I always gain money. Instead of me shopping for $3.75 extra every single day in the morning, guess what? I only shop for soy milk and tofu, which is, the tofu is $3.75 and $1.70, around $6. Do you understand? I shop in the morning right away. And then guess what? I eat that, and then the rest of it is around $4. Do you understand? So what I'll do is I'll calculate $4 for that decision instead of making myself carry it all around and giving the money right away. Because I keep the money, I calculate that money that I keep over a long period of time, and I saved already $99,000 just for that decision. So that's why I make those decisions, and that's why I have a capital increase of 2020 inside my financial journal, inside my self-education program, which is the aspects of life where it's about me also, and it's more for my education, and it can also be for your education. That's why I put in the self-education. In terms of these videos and audios and writing and quotes, this is really every single day that you must see every single day. Everything else is just so I can see it, but you can also see it. You understand? That's for me and you. This is more just for you. You understand? Now, because I've already done it. You understand? I've done it. Everything I do already is just for you. But everything that I have to do for myself comes into the section that's about me also. So realize no matter what, in terms of that decision, yeah, I made $99,000 today. You understand? Because the rest of my life, all I will focus on is soy milk and tofu every single first meals in terms of my life. Every single time I have a first meal, and everything in terms of life that I have a first meals in life, in terms of my life, no matter what, I'm always looking for better vocabulary skills. And in every single first meal that I take, is always first that I get myself soy milk and tofu. That way, no matter what, I saved $99,000, and guess what? Because public transport here in Perth, I have no need for it for the next 24 days, because that's how long I plan to stay in Perth for more time. You realize no matter what, that's 24 days I plan to stay in Perth. So I was right, 24 days I saved in time. Understand? Why? Because imagine never really planning where you're going to go, and you're just going day by day, and you never really see when you're going anywhere else. You understand? You need a schedule. How long are you going to be here in terms of Perth? How long are you going to be over there in terms of Las Vegas? When are you going to Las Vegas? You have to make those decisions. When you say you're going 2 months to Las Vegas, and you set the date and you realize that's when you're going, you never invest in the ticket. You only invest in the ticket the week prior or the day before you actually go. Why? Because everything changes. You never invested in a ticket to Las Vegas 2 months prior. You may die in 2 hours time. You never know what's going to happen. So just get a ticket just before you go, when it's most affordable. For for you to go. Go in the now. In the now. You understand? Never wait to go anywhere. Never be a person who invests in a plane ticket 2 months prior and then you have to wait for it. Never be that person. I never invest my money that way. What I do is, no matter what, say I have to go to Darwin in 24 days time. What I do is the day before, I make sure to go. You understand? I make sure to go and that's it. And then I have no waiting time either. I never wait anyway. You understand? I just go. I never have to invest in Darwin, then go to Sydney, and then what happens with my ticket? There's no refunds. You understand? Maybe something happens. Maybe someone dies, and I have to go this way now. Where have that money? I gave it 2 months ago. Guess what? No matter what, I'm always giving it now. You understand? So realize, no matter what, you're never investing money ahead of time into air flight tickets when you must invest now. You must invest now in terms of life. But guess what? Just make sure that the day before you go, that's when you invest into the flights or on the day. You understand? So simple. No matter what, realize to just stick to that schedule. That's a schedule, that's a time technique, and that's also a life strategy that you can have in your life. Now, also, for example, in terms of life, in terms of the bus sections around here in Perth, guys, I made 24 days because, guys, no matter what, for example, the Las Vegas trip, 2 months ahead of time, you focused, you said you're going to go to Las Vegas in 2 months. That's 2 months you write down, you made in time. Why? You made that in time. You never have to think about it anymore. And guess what? You never think about it anymore either. You never think about it. And that's the whole point of my actual capital investment 2020 increase and my journal, in terms of my financial journal. When I say in 2 months time, I'll go here, I made 2 months of time to never think about it. And the whole, I'll write two months of thinking about it inside my journal. So that's 2 months of time. So imagine in 2 months, imagine you never made a decision to go. It's just in your face for 2 months. It'd be circulating in your mind for that 2 months. You're thinking about it all the time. You understand? You're just thinking about it. It's always in your mind. When it's in your mind, you understand? Now listen, your mind is never your mind. But when you're thinking about it for 2 months, it's taking up space in your mind. You understand? That space can be fulfilled with something even newer that's even more important. You understand? So no matter what, realize your mind is never your mind. You're something above this world. Just remember that. You're more than the mind. Your mind is from this world. You understand? So when you're a person who makes a decision, such as me, in terms of, hey, I'll be going to Las Vegas in 2 months. I'll write down inside my capital investment 2020 increase, 2 months time saved. You understand? And then why time saved? Because I never have to think about it for 2 months. That thinking in terms of that 2 months is the time I saved. You know, I saved 2 months of thinking about it. That's what I mean. No matter what. And then, for example, just now I also made a beautiful decision where I said around Perth I have no need to go anywhere except for be in Perth for 24 days. I wrote 24 days I'll be in Perth. That way I never have to think about it. And I made 24 days of thinking there. You understand? Of thinking. So I never think. That's the whole point. That's why I write it down. 24 days of thinking. I never have to think about it now. I saved 24 days of thinking. You understand? That's the whole point. And then also I said for Perth bus trips and bus transportation, I never have to take bus transportation. I never had to take bus transportation here in Perth for 24 days. So that's already 24, 2020, which is right now in 2020, and that's 40 plus 8, because 24 plus 24 is 48. In a sense, so no matter what, you have to realize, I saved 48 days of thinking just with those two decisions. And then every single day I have this capital increase of 2020 where I may also make a decision, instead of getting the peanuts for $3, I get the soy milk only for $1.70, and I make up the difference. What was the difference in prices? From $3 to $1.50 is $1.50 plus 20 cents is also, I made $1.20 just by switching over to soy milk instead of the peanuts. I saved $1.20. That's how you save money. You never save money by working for it. Many people go to 9-to-5 jobs that make maybe whatever they make, and they may save the money and put it in the bank and just leave it there. What's the money doing? Nothing. You understand? You have to realize, get that money, put it in your pocket. Never leave the money in the bank in the first place. Why? Because the money is just sitting in the bank, and the bank's using your money to make more money instead of you actually taking charge of your money and making it go around into better places. Make sure it's in your hands first so that you can see it, see the money. It's always better to see the money instead of seeing fake money that's inside the computer. You understand? Never see fake money, see the real money. Real money, it's in your hands. You understand? When it's in your hands, it's yours. When it's in the bank, it's the bank's money. Do you understand? Never leave the money in the bank, otherwise the actual money will be the bank's money. You understand? Because when you leave it in the bank always takes it. Why? Because you're always swiping your card everywhere. You never even see the money. You understand? When you see the money, you appreciate your money more. You understand? It's much different giving $300 in cash to somebody than just swiping your card. You understand? It's much different. Now, obviously, with time, there's going to only be digital in terms of money. Currency is only going to be online. So all cash withdrawals and all cash required stuff and handling is all going to be computerized with this cryptocurrency going on and everything going on in the world. Realize no matter what in the world, there will be times where no matter what happens, the real estate money and cash flow that's coming inside real estate, there will be no more plastic money in the world, and you'll realize that it's all going to be stock exchange and stock market reversed. Do you understand? So what happens now? Invest your money in gold. Put your money in gold and keep it there. Make sure no matter what that you're always circulating that money. As Grant Cardone says, he says circulate that money, because no matter what happens, you realize that when your money's circulated and doing something for you, it's much better than investing it in gold. You understand? So circulate that money. How do you circulate it? You use your real estate knowledge. Make sure that you read real estate, you dig into real estate, and realize no matter what that you're never in the stock market even when you're in real estate. Make sure that all your money is out of the stock market and put it into commodities. Put it into information products. Information products is a commodity. Gold and silver is a commodity. What does commodity mean? It means liquidity. You understand? So a liquidity is never the commodity. A commodity is illiquid. Now, illiquid products are the foundation of where your money will never be lost. You understand? Invest your money where it will never be lost. That's why I say invest your money in commodities. Now, a liquidity is a stock market, also plastic notes, and anything that loses value over time. Now, guess what? The stock market is always losing value. You understand? The stock market over time is losing value. Why? Because they're always taking your money. Realize this. As soon as you put your money in the stock market, guess what? You've lost your money already. Even when you've gained it, you've lost your money. Why? You're playing the stock market. You're playing the gambler. You understand? Never play the gambler in the first place. Now, Warren Buffett is a person who does invest in the stock market and wins money all the time. You understand? So guess what? Never be a person who's playing the stock market who is never Warren Buffett. You understand? Let Warren Buffett play in the stock market and let him be the gambler. And even though he's rich in money, let him be richer off the stock market while you are becoming richer off the stock market. Do you understand? Never be a person trading in the stock market. Never be a trader. Never be a person who's a trader in life. Now, there's a difference between traitor and trader. You understand? Now, a traitor is a person who would backstab you and put a knife in your back. That's a traitor. You understand? And no matter what, you have to realize a trader is a person who trades their money, trades cards, baseball cards, or sells something to somebody. Be that type of person who's trading your money for your value and who you are. Now, guess what? No matter what, trade yourself and be a salesperson. Now, a trader is a salesperson, but never be a trader in the stock market, which is a person who is actually using money to make money in the stock market, such as Warren Buffett does. Do you understand? Never be that person. Why? Because that person is always going to lose money in the long run. Now, there's a lot going on in the stock market with numbers, and it's all to confuse you. Understand? Numbers are there to confuse you, but realize you need numbers, just never the stock market numbers. Do you understand? The stock market numbers are going up. They may say it's going up. It's really going down. No matter what. The stock market is always going down over time. You understand? No matter what, there's always going to be one epic crash going down. Now realize, you need to be a person just going up. So to be just going up without any crashes in life, you realize you never rely on a stock market that can crash in the first place. Do you understand? Why? Realize no matter what, when you're a person who's really safe and secure and insurance wise, you invest in insurance, make sure that you invest in insurance. Make sure that you realize that insurance is an insurance policy in yourself to realize that you never crash with the stock market. When you're crashing with the stock market and realize there is no future, realize no matter what, that when you're crashing with the stock sorry, make sure you're never in the stock market in the first place. That way you never crash. That's what I mean. I realize I'm getting better at this. Now, no matter what, I'm a person who's learning on the go as well. I'm always doing these videos so that I can learn also. When you're a person that's actually investing in the stock market, you always lose. You wait for the money to arrive. You understand? By the time the Bitcoin hits $100,000, which is today, today I'm worth all the money in the world. Now realize the stock market is there to confuse you. The Bitcoin right now is at $10,000, and realize, I mean that I'm more the money in the world, and that the Bitcoin is at $10,000 at the moment. For it to be around $100,000, you have to wait for that money. So say you invest $10,000 into the Bitcoin, and in over 5 years, it hits $100,000. Guess what? You had to wait for that money. Do you understand? That's the whole deal. You never wait for money to arrive. You never wait for a paycheck. You understand? When you're a person who's actually learning financial IQ, you realize that a person who works paycheck to paycheck is also waiting for the money to arrive. Now, you never wait for money in the first place. Why are you waiting for money? You never wait for it, because when you wait for it, you're a loser. You understand? You never make money with money. What you do is you make it with your skills. You understand? Your skills make money. You understand? When you make money, first you need to make the money. How do you make the money? You make it with your skills. Money makes money when you have the skills already. Go build the skills needed to learn the financial IQ and self-education you need to make the money work for you. Now, when you make the money work for you, you actually have the skills required to make the money first, and then make the money work for the money. You understand? You never just make the money work for the money without building skills. Now, many people are in the planet right now, and 99% of the world is confused about money and how to build skills. And this is why I'm teaching this. No matter what, most of the planet never even has this information. I'll give it to you for free. Guess what? You need to build skills more than invest and rely on the stock market. The stock market is a stock market exchange. A stock market is somewhere that no matter what, somebody can pull the plug and say, bam, with one finger, can ruin your whole entire financial advice that you actually ever even heard of. Understand? So realize, no matter what, never take financial expertise or any type of financial advice from people who have never even made over $1 million. Now listen, I have made all the money in the world already. Do you understand? Because guys, I have health. Now realize, no matter what, I'm a person who will never invest inside the stock market for those reasons. Now, does it make common sense to never invest in the stock market in the first place? Because the stock market will crash. Now, no matter what, when you're waiting for money, you'll always be a loser. When you're investing money in the stock market, you'll always be a loser. Why? Because the stock market is a gamble. It's a shamble. It's a scam. They're saying it's a scam. They're running on these numbers, and they're calling financial advisors to speak inside the news about the stock market and the Dow Jones and all this bullshit that they're saying. They're saying bullshit. Now, honestly. Now, what you need to realize, you never be stuck on percentages in life. There is no such thing as a percentage. Remember, there's no such thing as a percentage. What there is a better way of mindset. You understand? A better way of mindset is stay away from the stock market altogether. Never invest in Bitcoin mining. Never invest in cryptocurrency at all. Now, yes, eventually in the future, guess what's going to happen? Now listen, there's no future in life. There's no future. Eventually, just say eventually. Eventually this will happen. There is no future though. It's happening in the moment. This is eventually going to happen in the moment. Now, in 50 years' time is the moment. You understand? In 50 years' time, there is no future. There's only this moment. In 70 years' time, in 100 years' time, in 1,000 years' time, there's only this moment. You understand? Now, say in 1,000 years' time, it's actually going to happen even earlier than that. in 10 years time, in 20 years time, we can talk in 10 years, in whatever years or dates, we can even name dates. We can say in 2030, in 2040. The 2040, the 2030 is happening right now. You understand? Now listen, you never wait for time either. You never wait. And you never wait for time. You go and get time. You go and get time. How do you get time? You better yourself daily. You increase your health. You increase your skills. You understand? You gain time. You gain time freedom. To gain time freedom is to have more time. Now realize, no matter what, when you're a person in say 2030, 2040, 2050, now it's 2020. You understand? Eventually, the world will go into cryptocurrency. Now this is a video on how to live. You understand? This is setting you up and helping you in terms of what's happening in 10 years, in 20 years, and in 30 years, 40 years, 50 years, 60 years time. You understand? It's your job to really grasp this video and to really grab anything that you can and apply it into your life now for free. Now realize that in 10 years, 20 years, 30 years time, what's going to happen is the world's going into cryptocurrency. Okay? And I'm better than okay. And realize, no matter what, you need to get into real estate now. You need to get into real estate right now. When you're a person who's actually doing something around real estate, you realize that the money from real estate, which is actually paper money today, which is going into a bank account or going into somewhere where people are living it, in terms of no matter what, I'm a person who was always living better than yesterday. So when you own real estate, your money has to go somewhere. Now some people will get that money and put it into real estate again. They make $1 million a year. That $1 million goes into new real estate. So money that they make would go into new real estate to make more real estate for themselves, to make more money, to do a spinneroonie or a nice beautiful twister. You understand? To make sure no matter what, that their money is circulating, such as what Grant Cardone does. Grant Cardone will get the money. Grant Cardone will grab the money and he will circulate it inside his real estate. And that's his tactic. His tactic is never leave the money in gold, never leave the money anywhere. Make the real estate work for you, make it circulate for you. Why? Make that money in the gold do something. Because the gold is an insurance. That's all it is. You understand? Now, Robert Kiyosaki says invest the money in gold. Understand? I'm using these as critics. Understand? That, hey, these guys have said it and I back it up too. No matter what. Why do I back it up? Because I see it also. I see what they're saying. I see what they're saying. That's the only reason I back it up now. Realize, the gold is the same as the bank in terms of it just sits there. But guess what? The bank, when your money is in the bank is using your money. The bank is using your money to make $10 out of every dollar that you have. Now, guess what? When your money's in the bank, you never see the money. It's the bank's money. But when you take it out and you put it into your pocket, it's suddenly your money. You've extracted control from the bank. You took your money into your hands and now you're financially wiser with your money. When the money is in the bank, you never appreciate it because you never see it. Go and see the money first. And guess what? You never wait for anything to arrive either. You understand? Now realize, no matter what, Grant Cardone uses real estate to circulate his money. You realize, no matter what, you're never repeating your words, that you realize that when your money is in gold, nobody's using your money. Now, Robert Kiyosaki has private vaults around the world. He has 5 vaults around the world where he has gold, actual gold, where he's accumulated all the money from his real estate, which he just puts into gold for insurance. Now, guess what? Now there is no future. In 10, 15 years, 30 years, or whenever you can, when the world does go into cryptocurrency, what's going to happen is the world's going into cryptocurrency and all the plastic money that's been circulated around the world is no more. Now, I'm always more in life, but guess what? The money will be gone in terms of the plastic money. So realize you need to circulate that money that you have into real estate and do what Grant Cardone is doing right now. So what's going to happen is you will have to place all your money into gold anyway. You understand? Into yourself and into commodities. That's what I'm saying. This whole video right here is about that, about how to live. in 10 years, 15 years, 20 years time, right now, you must start reading real estate so that you can circulate that money. Otherwise, guess what? Invest the money into you, invest it into you. In 10 years, in 100 years, however long you live, invest it into you first. And then invest it right now. If you have, for example, under $1 million right now, invest the money back into you. Back into you. I realize no matter what, invest the money back into you. And then also, no matter what, just focus on that. When you have $1 million or less right now, invest the money back into you. Also, no matter what, when you have more money, say you have $85 million, where does the money go? Go into commodities. You understand? Now we're thinking bigger in terms of life. Now, is the bigger deal the better deal? Yes, the bigger deal is the better deal. Do you understand? The bigger deal is the best deal. Is more money better? Yes. More money is always better. Is better always bigger? No. Better is never always bigger. You understand? Now, is more money the bigger deal? Yes. It's the bigger deal. Is it the better deal? Yes, it is. We're talking financial terms here. But let's say I'm better than but. Is bigger better? No. Now, when we refer to that term, it may be, what tree is better? The big tree or the small tree? Do you understand? They're both equal. You understand? In that term, bigger is never always better. You understand? You understand? A fat person who is bigger than me and fat and overweight is never bigger and better than me. You understand? Why? I'm faster than a person. I can punch him. I can do everything in terms of lay the smackdown on that guy. Faster. Now, I'm not a person who really fights, but guess what? No matter what, you realize that fat people and obese people are never better and more effective than those who are healthier. Understand? So realize, no matter what, we're talking financial terms. Financial terms, the bigger the better. The bigger the deal, the more the money, the better. The better the deal. Now, is more money a small amount? Guess what? Yes. Yes. Guess what? $1 trillion is 1 cent. Do you understand? $1 trillion is 1 cent in value. You understand? Why is that? Because guys, you have to think big in numbers to make it small in numbers. You understand? Why is that? Because guys, no matter what, you have to realize that when you're thinking big in terms of numbers, your numbers also have to be bigger. So think bigger terms, but realize no matter what, that your numbers have to add up more. Add up your numbers even more than what you say. You understand? So realize no matter what, I call $1 million nothing. Why? Because I'm more important than money. That's why the $1 trillion is 1 cent to me. Why? Because for me, money will never replace me. You understand? Never place your money value on who you are. There are people who, for example, who are billionaires today, they have $2 billion in net worth, and they're very much a tragedy in terms of their mindset, in terms of how they see life. And I see it. I see it. This is honest. I see they value themselves based on how much net worth they have. That's why $2 billion net worth can never replace me. I'm worth more than all the net worth in the planet. You understand? Now, you may see a certain amount of net worth in my name. Whatever you see there, never limit me to that number. You understand? Because I'm more than that number. No matter what, I'm more than what you see right now. I'm more than the world. I came from out of the world. You understand? I'm from out of this world. I'm more than what you guys believe of me. Never underestimate me, but guess what? I'm a person who never does. I'm a person who always does. I do always. I just never do underestimate myself, and that's what I mean. Now, guess what? Always do something, and I'm always a person who does. That's what I mean. Now, in terms of life, that's what I mean. Look at big numbers as, hey, you're better than big numbers. That's all I mean. That's all I mean. Look at big numbers. It may be trillions of dollars in your name. Never limit yourself to that number. You understand? Never limit yourself to that number. See that you're more than the number that you see. Do you understand? Imagine yourself as bigger than everything else. You see a car, somebody's got a nice Mercedes Benz, and they shot it at you. I say, I have a heart that's beating. You understand? I have a heart that's beating. I have teeth in my heart as well. Now, that's something very ugly and disgusting, what I just said. I mean, I have teeth inside. You understand? Now, that's a nice, beautiful saying. Yes, it is. Now, when I say that I have teeth inside my heart, guess what? That's very ugly. You understand? That's ugly. Now, what I mean is I have to better my communication skills, and that's very embarrassing what I just said. And realize no matter what, sometimes life is going to have something amazing to say. Just realize that when you do make a mistake, you just embarrass yourself, and realize no matter what, that you never embarrass yourself, but you realize that you communicate better than you do anyway. So when I say what I really meant is that I have something amazing that I have is much better than all the possessions of the world and everything that I have. Now, in terms of what I just said, forget about it. You can tease me all you love, no matter what, I don't care. I never care. I don't care about me. I'm better than not. No matter what happens, I'm a person who does live life to the greatest ability that I do. And those people who do bully in life, they're the people who really never have no lives anyway. They have no lives anyway. So give me a free promotion based on what I said, please. Make sure that you do share me around on everything I said in this video. Make sure no matter what, every single video that you can crop it out nice and please. You can crop it out nice and pleasantly, is what I really meant to say. And that way you can share each and every single part of this video out with the audience that you actually talk with. Make sure that they see my face. Make sure that they really see what I say and who I am as a person, because I always need more promotion anyway. And no matter what, that's why I always gain the attention anyway. So realize no matter what, when people are against me, I realize it's never that they're against me. It's that I realize no matter what, that I'm first in my life always, and I'm always looking to give value, and for no matter what I have more than enough. Now, in terms of everything I've said, I realize I've moved on, and so I just realize no matter what, that the future is now, and that the world is going into cryptocurrency now. So now's the best time for you to invest your money into gold and real estate. And your number one asset right now is you. Just realize no matter what, when you have $1 million and less right now, invest it into yourself. Invest it into yourself. That's what I'll do. Now, what I'd really do is I'd make $100,000. I'd invest it back into me. I'd make $200,000. I'd invest it back into me. No matter what, I'm investing all the money back into me from $1 million. From $1 million, I'd go into real estate straight away. I'd never ever rely on anybody else to make my money for me. Do you understand? Why? Because you never give other people money to make you money. Why? You give it to yourself the most so that you can make the money. That way, you can make more money. When you're actually a person who's relying on yourself to make more money, you realize that you can become bigger than the person who is making your money for you. Sometimes the person who is making the money for you may have $2 billion net worth, and that's all they can give you. You understand? You need more than that. You need more than what they give you. You need more than a percentage in life. Realize never fall for percentage tricks and what they say in terms of subscription plans and in terms of financial economics, in terms of numbers. Never fall for it. What you fall for is make sure you fall for nothing. Do you understand? And realize no matter what, you're always rising to the occasion. Realize no matter what, that each number that you do count up and that you add in life, and that you realize that you just add and you keep adding, that's how you get richer. You get richer through compound interest, which is just, let's add numbers together. Let's add the numbers. Let's make sense of the numbers. Now, stock market numbers, and what they say in the Dow Jones rise by 3% over this time length is all bullshit. You understand? And realize no matter what, the cryptocurrency is now right here, and it's happening now. Everything is going into cryptocurrency. The money value over time around 2040 will be non-existent. Do you understand? 2030, guess what happens? No matter what, they will start also taxing the cryptocurrency. Do you understand? The cryptocurrency in life will be taxed. If you are never in real estate right now, guess what's going to happen? You'll never gain a tax break. Now, what is a tax break? A tax break is something where you can gain money and give no money for tax. You understand? Never give money for tax in the first place. Why? Because taxes will ruin your life. You understand? People who pay tax or invest in tax, people who invest in tax are people who are losers. You understand? Be a person who is a person who has real estate, have real estate, be a person who has real estate, and be a person who has amazing amount of money where you can actually help yourself with it more. You understand? Help yourself do stuff with it. Just then invest it back into yourself. Make sure that no matter what happens, that you have a bookkeeper who is you. Make yourself your bookkeeper. You understand? Make yourself do all the work in terms of financial aspects of life. Never hire a bookkeeper, which is a person who holds your money for you. You hold the money for yourself. You manage your own money. You learn about your own money. Never let others teach you. You just go to them and teach yourself where it's best. That's it. Learn the numbers yourself. Never let others teach you. Just learn yourself to teach yourself the numbers. Use what you have every single 2 weeks. Make sure you're calculating it every 2 weeks. Make sure that your money, you can see where it's going every single day. Make the disciplines needed to make more money in the future. No matter what, over the next 5-10 years, you need to really take a look at where your money is going in order for your money to grow. Keep that aspect of life going. Do you understand? Make sure you see what I said. Never keep the thought. Make sure you see that thought that I just said. Make sure you see this whole video. When you see all this video, you'll see what I'm saying. That I'm saying and I'm speaking right now the truth. You can see it. You can see it. You can hear it. Understand? And do you really see the truth? You can see it. You want to say. Now, in terms of life, what you must do right now is realize that gold is an insurance. Gold is an insurance. Real estate is where you circulate your money. Gold is like the bank. You understand? Just as gold, no matter what, you can never lose the money, and the bank can always take your money. You understand? Realize when your money is in the bank can actually rob you of the money. They can rob you of the money. You understand? Never put your money in the bank in the first place. Go put it in insurance in terms of gold instead. So realize no matter what, you're a person who has, say, you're a person who may have under $1 million. Just keep the money in your pocket. Keep the money in your pocket. And if you have no real estate knowledge, invest the money in gold. Go put the money in gold and then withdraw the money every single month from the gold and use it. That's what you do. You understand? And guess what? That money from the gold that you're putting and you have under $1 million inside the gold and over $100,000, whatever, guess what? Make sure that in your pocket every single day you have $10,000 in your pocket. Have $10,000 in your pocket on any given day. Walk around with $10,000 in your pocket. You'll feel richer. You'll be more abundant. Anything over $10,000 in your pocket, realize, put it in gold right now. Put it in gold. Have a gold account and realize that you just put all the money there. Realize that. You understand? Because everything else, in terms of life, in terms of real estate, under $100,000, you'll never get an excellent deal. You understand? You never get an excellent deal in real estate for $100,000 or less. For $1 million and less, you'll never get an excellent deal in real estate. Realize, put your money from your pocket put your money that's in your pocket right now into gold, into education, into self-education. You understand? Get the money that you have right now. You may have it under $10,000. Keep the money in your pocket. Keep it in your accommodation where you stay. Lock it up. Make sure the money's with you. You understand? Make sure the money's with you all the time. Under $10,000, you can have under $20,000, under $30,000 in your home. You understand? Now realize, no matter what, it's much safer for you to just have $10,000 is more than enough for you on a daily basis. You just always have $10,000. Every single week you have $10,000. Every single day is in your pocket $10,000. You understand? You can be that type of person. Now guess what? That's what I'll do. I'll walk around with $10,000 in my pocket. Honest, I'll walk around with a suitcase inside this bag. I'd place $10,000 inside of it. You understand? I'll make sure it comes with me everywhere. I feel very much rich and alive. You understand? You work for the money. Make sure that money is in your pocket. Make sure the money's in your pocket. It's never in your bank. You understand? Anything under $10,000, make sure it's never in the bank. Anything over $10,000, make sure it's never in the bank. Do you understand? Because the bank will use that money against you. Take charge of your money. Go put it in the gold. Go put it in the education systems. What's the education system? The self-education. There is self-education. There is books. There is material. There's also this knowledge right here where you can actually get all the natural ingredients that you need for your success. Go and find people such as Tony Robbins, Gary Vaynerchuk, Grant Cardone, Robert Kiyosaki, Lewis Howes, Tim Ferriss. There's also people such as Eckhart Tolle, Neil Donald Walsh, There's also John Gray and Vishen Lakhiani. These people are going to teach you so much based on life and self-education. Jim Rohn, Zig Ziglar, and Brian Tracy, go to them in terms of self-education. They're for free inside YouTube. Use what is free right now. I promise you it's worth it. Guys, no matter what, realize now, you need to carry around with you $10,000 in your pocket every single day. No matter what time you're watching me in. You may be watching me in the year 3057. Make sure you're carrying around money. Now guess what, no matter what, by the time that happens, you already be in the future. There may be even, actually, no matter what, you may be even flying dragons, and also no matter what, cars in the air with online currency, which will be happening. So no matter what I just said is out of date. Realize no matter what, that you realize that you will have to invest the money that you have over $10,000 into gold. Everything into gold. Go and make yourself a nice beautiful account in a gold system where you trust, a gold system, a fund where you can actually gain gold, you understand? And realize that no matter what, study where you can find gold and put it in that account. Put the money in that account and withdraw the money. See, no matter what, that you do that. And also no matter what, once you make $1 million, just hold the gold in that, hold the gold inside the gold, hold the money in the gold. That way you'll always make sure that your money is insured. You're saying you'll never lose it. Gold may go up and down in price, you'll never lose the money. It's a illiquid quality. Illiquid products such as real estate, commodities will never be lost. A commodity is food, drink, for example, environment. There is also information products. There is silver and gold. You understand? And no matter what, you have to realize, oil was a commodity, oil, but now oil is going down. Oil in around the 2060 mark is no more. You understand? So you have to be like, you have to realize that you're always more in life. Be more, I'm always more. So realize no matter what, that you never invest in oil anymore. Why? Oil is going down in price. Over time, you can see 2060, there's no more oil. You understand? But there's always going to be gold. There'll always be gold circulating around the world. You can trust gold. You understand? You can trust silver as well. You understand? Silver and gold, no matter what. Invest in silver, invest in gold. It's the same quality. Just realize, just go invest in the gold with all your money. Why? It's the best quality. You understand? Now, no matter what, realize that's where your money's going. Up to $1 million. From $1 million, guess what? From $1 million, go invest your money. Go learn how to do real estate, and realize no matter what, that you invest money in gold until you can actually gain an amazing deal in real estate. Because no matter what, that's how you live. You understand? That's how to live. In terms of financial terms, how to live, I said how to live. It can be financial terms, it can be anything in life. It can be traveling, it can be everything about life. Do you understand? That's why I say how to live, it's based on the broad term over here. I'm talking broad terms. Now realize no matter what, you can see now how to live life. You can realize that I travel with just this and what I wear. You understand? I carry, no matter what, I'm always carrying money with me. Everything I'm saying right now is what I'll do. Do you understand? Based on what I've been taught around the world by my mentors, I do it now, I do it, and I am a person who sees it. Now I'm a person, no matter what, I'm always living life. I'm better than it. I'm better than anything in terms of life that I can do. No matter what, realize that you travel lightly as I do, and much better than I do. Make sure no matter what, that you're never even carrying a bag with you. Do you understand? It makes much more sense to just carry this around than a bag, than having to carry a bag with me. Do you understand? No matter what, realize that's the whole point of traveling. Just carry with one phone. Just carry yourself with your phone and wallet, and just go, and just be that type of person. While you're traveling the world, just carry yourself, and that's it. Have you have your money, you can have everything. You understand? And guess what? No matter what, guess what? Money in terms of life is never everything. But guess what? Money is energy, and energy is everything. And you are energy. So realize no matter what, money, you must see it as yourself. You understand? Money is something to be grateful about. Never be proud of money. You understand? It's just an object. It's just something that is going to help you to gain everything more. You understand? And now guess what? The only aspect of life that really helps you gain anything more is you. So that's why I said, increase your skills first, and you can make the money. make the money work for you. Sorry, make the skills, make the money work for you. That's the way it is. Gain the skills first. When you gain the skills, you can make the money. When you gain the money, you can make the money work for you. To make the money work for you, you need to get into real estate. And that's the whole point of this program, is to show you how to live better in 30 years, in 40 years, in 100 years. Whether or whatever happens in life, that you realize, no matter what, I'm better than if, I'm better than I'm better than all self-doubt. Now, I'm always never mumbling my words. This is what I do to just repeat my words and just to be a person who is in a brighter aspect of life. I'm always serious about myself and my work and what I do. Realize no matter what, in 100 years time, if you are still living, realize real estate is always the best investment, and circulate your money with the real estate. You understand? So no matter what, say you have $100 million that in real estate, and you make another 50 million every single year. Put that money into real estate and then put it into gold. Take all the money from the gold, put it into real estate. You understand? That's what Grant Cardone's doing. That's what you need to do. That's what you do. You circulate that money. Never put the money just in the gold. You understand? You put the money into the gold up to a certain extent where you learn the real estate, and then you make the gold circulate itself into real estate money. Now, real estate money, I'll show you, no matter what, what's going to happen is this, for example. No matter what, realize this. Eventually, the stock market will be doing cryptocurrency everywhere. You understand? You will have to trade cryptocurrency, and you have to do all this with the world. What you do is, you trade real estate with cryptocurrency. You're trading cryptocurrency with real estate. It's just very fast transaction. You send $500 million to one person in 1 second. 1 second, it's there. Within 3 seconds, that person has $500 million. Within 3 seconds. Now today, in 2020, in today's April 2020, I'm still alive today. No matter what, I'm a person who can see that there's a Western Union, which is a bank organization, where the banks are also sending money. Guess what? When banks send it to the banks, it arrives right away. You understand? Guess what? Bitcoin and the cryptocurrency blockchain was made so that people around the world, the public, can send money to everybody right away, so that they never have to go through the bank to send the money. You understand? Because when you go through the bank charges taxes, and they charge, for example, fees associated for you sending the money. So for example, you may go to a Western Union bank and you send $50, you may send $500 to Europe, they'll take $50 from you. For example, the cryptocurrency world, they created a blockchain, well then you may send $500 trillion and they'll charge you 1% of the money. For example, you understand? Or they'll charge you around 1% of the money in terms of what you've sent, while the bank will charge you more and will take longer for your money to get there. In a sense, so in terms of life, you have to realize you always have to be much better with your information. You have to realize that you have to be spot on about what you're saying. So I have to always read upon what's happening around the world much better. But realize no matter what, the banks can take up to 7 days, up to 14 days, up to 15 days, up to 30 days to send your money across, and they'll charge you a fee. You understand? Now, blockchain will charge you a fee also, based on what you send. They charge you a certain percentage, which is much lower than the bank, and it arrives in 1 second to the person. It arrives within seconds to the person. It can be $500 million trillion. You can send it within seconds. Imagine sending $500 trillion today with a bank involved. They may tax you 5% of the money, while the blockchain may tax you, or actually fee you or charge you 1% of the money. In a sense, so it's much more affordable to go for blockchain systems such as cryptocurrency. Yes, but guess what? Even though cryptocurrency is today, even though cryptocurrency is in the world right now, and the plastic money will be no more, you understand? Plastic money will be no more, and that's excellent for the environment. It's excellent that no more plastic in terms of money sequence will be involved in the world around us. The world around us will be much clearer, and it will be a much better environment with less plastic money in the world. You understand? We're using online more. You understand? We're using more of online material in terms of online sequencing. So realize no matter what, with less plastic money going on in and around the world, it's much better for the environment. You can just see that. There's much less plastic in terms of money value, in terms of plastic money evolving around us. Overall, we need more plastic. We need more plastic in our world. We need more plastic in our world. In terms of just getting rid of the money sequence, is going to help our world to be cleaner. You understand? That's all I say. It helps the environment. So online currency is helping the environment. You understand? Taking away the plastic money away from the world is helping the environment. You understand? So no matter what, we have more space now, since the online world is right now, and the online world is the Bitcoin world also. No matter what, the world is shifting into the online world. Realize no matter what, in 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, 40 years time, in 40 years time, and all these times arrives right now, no matter what, realize that all the times in the world are right now, it's going and shifting into the online currency and into the internet right now. So you need to be a person who in 10 years time, 20 years time, 30 years time, 40 years time, 50 years time, needs to be doing writing, audio, video work. This work, it may take you 10 years to even be on camera. Please be on camera. Take your time with it. It may take you no matter what amount of time to really become professional in speaking in front of the camera, in front of an audience, in front of doing all these writing materials that you have to do, and also all these audio programs. Realize no matter what, the 10 years, the tens of years and decades that are coming up now, in terms of 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, 50 years, more and more people are going online. More and more people are being made in the world. You understand? The world currently is 7.6 billion people in the world. In 10 years, 20 years time, it'll be estimated to be around 8.9 billion people. There's going to be more people in the planet. You understand? So you have to realize more and more people are shifting into the online world. The next 73 years is the online trend. Do you understand? It's shifting into the online currency right now as we speak. So you have to prepare for it, and you have to be a person who's learning real estate now and be ahead of your competition in terms of self-education. What do you see me doing right now? I'm doing self-education. Do you understand? I have over 200 courses right now in terms of video, and I also have over 2 years of journaling, and I have my whole university online. And also started just recently, I started my music educational courses where I actually sing. You can hear me singing, and I actually do it on camera, really short videos on how you can sing better. And also my music production courses are coming up as well. I have my laptop, you can see. So over the next 10, 20, 30 years, guess what they're going to be talking about? They're going to be talking about me educating in the world. You understand? Why? Because I'm already ahead of the competition. You understand? So that's why I say, be on the offense about these videos, audios, writing. Audio, video, writing. Gary Vaynerchuk says it. Gary Vaynerchuk says it. Do audio, video, and writing. Over the next 20 years, and 30 years, and 40 years, more and more people will be doing podcasting, audios, videos, writing, quotes. Go and do it now. Start now. Start now. It's the best time. Realize no matter what, you need the best source of information. You have me over the next 73 years for free. You understand? Just make sure you share me around. Make sure no matter what, when I teach you something, you make sure to share the video to somebody else. You never have to teach them. You never have to teach them what I said. But guess what? When you teach them what I said, it's even better for you. Just make sure you promote me. Promote me. In 10 years time, no matter how many people come inside the world, start doing these programs, I'm already 10 years ahead of them in education. They'll be looking at me and they'll make me the source of their education. Understand? Everything that I do now, everybody that's half my age, I'm 27, everybody that's 20, everybody that's, for example, 13, I'm always more than what I am. So realize, they say no matter what, you have to realize, I'm always first in my life. I see that they say, teach people who are half your age. You understand? So people who are half my age are going to be the next big icons of whatever they're doing. They're going to be following me. Understand? So realize no matter what, in 20 years time, let them be following you. That's all I say. Realize no matter what, be ahead of the game, and realize now, today, there are most people in the world who see me. I have 55 followers at the moment in Instagram. 55 followers. You understand? Gary Vaynerchuk has 6 point something million followers. Now, guess what? Followers never determine my life. You understand? People will never determine my life. I determine my life. So realize no matter what, I never rely on people to follow me. I never rely on anybody to follow me. I rely on myself to follow me. And those who are following me, thank you very much for your time. No matter what, your time is appreciated. Over the next 73 years, you do have a life coach in me. And I realize no matter what, those people who are actually coming in the next 10 years, 7 years, whatever it is, over time, people are going more and more into video and audio. Be the person in 10 years and 20 years and 30 time, be the person in 30 years time and 20 years time and more. Be the person who's actually living life and being ahead of the crowd. Be ahead of the crowd, because today people see me and what I do, they have no clue about what's happening in the future. And guess what? There is no future, but they have no clue what's going on around the world. You understand? So I'm ahead of the crowd right now as a 27-year-old. I'm ahead of everybody as a 27-year-old. Why? Because I have extra plans that the world has never seen. You understand? I have extra innovations that the world currently has never seen. It's called the imagination ruler, and also something more in terms of the weight loss application that I can do. No matter what, realize this now. I've exposed myself more and more. Realize no matter what I do, I'm a person who can actually give value. So I rely on nobody but me. Now, I'm a person who's better than but. I only rely on myself to make my life the best it can be. Now, in order for me to actually give you the best information, you have to realize that you have to be ahead of the game in terms of video, audio, and writing and quotes. Start doing now. The people that see me today have no clue about what's happening around the world. That's why they see me and they laugh at me right now about what I say and what I do, and they never follow me, they never watch my videos, and they never share me around. You understand? So I never care about them. They see me for who I am today, and that's it. And who I am today is a successful person, and I'm more successful than everybody else. That's the way I see life. Why? On the spiritual playing field, Gary Vaynerchuk may have 6.9 million followers. I am a vegan. You understand? I am also a person who has more spiritual sense than everybody else I've ever seen in my life. And no matter what, I'll challenge anybody on that. I'll challenge anybody that I have better habits than anybody in life. No matter what. My time is malleable, my time is valuable, and I'm here for you for the remainder of my life. I'm always looking at what's more in life. I'm always a person who, no matter what, I'm always seeking more, and I'm always a person who has more. I'm always a person who does more. So to seek more is to lose. Never seek it, just go and do it. Never be a person who has to seek the truth. Just go and see the truth right away. See the truth, it's right here in your face. You understand? Be a person who's really ahead of the crowd. Be a person who's actually doing something around the world to help yourself. Now, in terms of money sequencing, I taught you already where to put your money. You understand? I've already shown you there's no future. I just realized I've shown you what's going to happen. There are people right now being made, you understand? And no matter what, you can see that. And you can see no matter what, that the world will shift into the crypto world. Now, in terms of the crypto world, the real estate money, in terms of paper money, will be shifting into the cryptocurrency. So what people will do is they'll be shifting with the blockchain, and they'll be investing into real estate with the blockchain material, which is the cryptocurrencies that you see today, which is Ethereum. There is also Bitcoin, and there is also, those are the two largest ones at the moment, and there's also some other ones, for example. So guess what? The Bitcoin is set sail right now to be going around everywhere, forever. Now, there was only 23 billion or something made in the world, you understand? And you have to realize those Bitcoins will always be here, you understand? They'll always be here. They'll always be the most valuable. And guess what? I suggest for you guys that do have those Bitcoins, that you use them up, please. Why? Because you need to make more Bitcoins, you understand? Never just have those just Bitcoins and just sitting there, such as a gold stash in terms of what you're doing. Never have cryptocurrency inside of your account just sitting there. You understand? What you need to do is you never rely on the cryptocurrencies. You just go invest in gold. All your Bitcoins must be invested in gold and in real estate right now. Never hold Bitcoin. You understand? Never hold it. Those people who have invested, there's so many people who invest in gold. There's those people who invest in silver and gold are people who are winning. Those people who, no matter what, are circulating their money, such as Grant Cardone, are winning. Those people who circulating the money in terms of making more are winning. Realize, if you're a person who has Bitcoin right now, say you invested in Bitcoin, you need to realize that your money right now needs to circulate, and you need to put it into real estate, and you need to make that money rotate right now. You need to learn financial education on your own. You need to do that on your own. No matter what, guys, there have been people in the world who have many Bitcoins, many cryptocurrencies today. They invested in it, and they're holding it in the stock market. You never hold it in the stock market because the stock market will rob you of all that money. So that's another game changer. The crypto world is designed to make you lose. The cryptocurrency is designed to make you lose. You understand? No matter what you're saying, it may be good for the environment. Excellent. The cryptocurrency world, as you see it today, the Bitcoin, Ethereum, all these cryptocurrencies are in the stock market exchange. What are people going to be doing? More people are going to be traders inside whatever companies there are in this time. You understand? More people are trading today the stock market than ever. You understand? Why? Because they see the stock market as the future. And guess what? Yes, the stock market in its own time is going up in its own time. So the stock market is always going up in terms of the stock market. But the stock market overall, guess what? You never rely on the stock market. You rely on yourself the most. Realize that you need to be a person who is never in the stock market. Now guess what? They may say that the stock market is going up over time, 11%, whatever. Never keep your money in the stock market in the first place. Why? Because the stock market may be going up in the long run, may be going up. Guys, you have 100 years to live or more. You may have 200 years to live in this planet. The stock market will go up, but guess what? Within that time, guess what's going to happen? You're going to lose all your money in the stock market. You're going to lose all your money. Never put your money in one basket except for put it in real estate. Leave your money in real estate. But guess what you do? Make sure before it even goes into real estate, make sure that you invest all your money into you. Understand? As I explained, make sure you have 10,000 on you all the time. Make sure that you're looking your best ever. Make sure that you're doing self-educational programs and teaching people ahead of time how to do everything in video, audio, and writing and quotes. As I explained, that the world is shifting into this now. That the world is shifting into audio, video, writing, and quotes in podcasting versions, video versions, and you have to be ahead of the crowd in that way also. You have to be ahead of the crowd in that, and you have to also make sure that you stay away from the stock market. You have to realize that that right now, no matter what, there is no future. That, guess what happens? You circulate your money all the time, you put it in real estate. You understand? That no matter what, you invest anything after $10,000, you invest it up to $1 million, you invest it into gold. You understand? Put it into gold. After $1 million, make sure that you have the knowledge needed in real estate. So simple. You have to get into real estate. So what do you have to do so far? You have to get into real estate. You have to make sure you do these videos, audios, and writing materials, and also quotes to be ahead of the crowd so that you can also teach people half your age. That's all I've said. Let's make a summary of this video. Do you understand? So that you can be somebody building a massive business who never relies on the stock market in the first place. Never rely on a 9-to-5 job. Go and do audio, video, writing, and quotes right now so you can make a name for yourself. That's what I'm saying. In 10 years, 20 years, 30 years time, people are starting to make the names for themselves online because the world is shifting online. So what you need to do also is realize that because the stock market is going up over time, you have to realize the stock market is going up all over time in its own time. Now the stock market is in its own time. Now the stock market will outlive you. Let's just put it that. The stock market will be here for 1,000 years. It will always outlive you. You have to realize the stock market may go up and you go bam. There's a financial crisis going on around the planet right now. It's called the coronavirus. And guess what? They're just naming it the coronavirus. It's really called the financial downturn. It's a financial economic downturn. Millions and millions of people right now in 2020 April are losing their jobs and are more bored than ever, and pornography is going up because it's free. Anything that's free is going up, and anybody making a name for themselves such as me is going up because, guys, I'm ahead of the time. You understand? Now realize this, no matter what, that you stay away from pornography because that's very bad for you. Also realize, no matter what, that you realize to always follow me, and realize no matter what, the stock market may go up. Realize never put your money there in the first place. Now, since the coronavirus is going on around the world, we'll never worry about that. Realize no matter what, you never put your money in the stock market. You may get money, you may get money from real estate in cryptocurrencies. Okay, you will do that. No matter what, you will do that. You'll be a person who you'll gain money in cryptocurrencies because there's only going to be cryptocurrencies anyway. You'll be a person who has real estate and you have all these cryptocurrencies in you. And then just flying into a cryptocurrency world. Well, guess what? You get the money from cryptocurrency, you shine it back into real estate. You make it circulate. You understand? You make the money circulate in cryptocurrency format. You understand? And guess what? Since the money is now really over time going up in terms of the crypto world, make sure that you're investing that money into gold. Invest that money into gold and realize no matter what, the gold, it has nothing to do with the stock market exchange. So what do? Now, since the stock market is going up over time, guess what? It can crash and you can lose all your real estate also. You understand? Because all your money is in the stock market. Oh, what happens? You have to realize now, put 50% of your money into gold. 50% of your money put into gold. 50% leave it inside the stock market to work for you, and realize anything over 50% that's coming back into your real estate or in cash flow that's exceeding the 50% mark, put it into gold. You understand? And realize to make the percentage smaller in terms of accumulate more real estate so that you have 1% of, say, the money in the world, no matter what. Have 1% of the money, so that 1% may be into real estate. You have 1% of the money that you have in cryptocurrency, you have in real estate, all the 99% of the other money you put into gold. You understand? Get to that point. Get to the point of that you'll have minimal amount of money inside the stock market, while what you have in the stock market, no matter what happens, even though it may crash and it may make you lose that 1% of what you have inside real estate, that you have the 99% in the gold to make up for it no matter what. Guys, that's the new financial capability that you must be going for. How do you do that? You make sure no matter what that you do the 50-50 rule. At the moment, that's my 50-50 rule. Make sure that you have, no matter what, you may be a person who has 10,000 cash flow. Let's just make a number, $10 trillion in cash flow every single month in real estate. You have 10 trillion. Let's think big money. Do you understand? Now, remember, I'm more than money. Realize that. I'm never limiting myself to money. And you must never limit yourself to money. You have $10 trillion coming into your account right now in cryptocurrency. Now, I'm speaking this for a wide range of people right now in 2020 April. Realize no matter what, 50% of that money, $5 trillion, goes into the gold every single month. Every single month, the gold. Go put into gold. Into commodities. Go and put into silver, gold. Understand? Into commodities. Just put into commodities. 50% goes into commodities every time. No matter what it is. Just put into 50%. Just put 50% into commodities. The other 50%, let it be. You understand? And keep doing that over time. Just keep doing it. You understand? Eventually, drop the percentage from your cryptocurrency, cash flows. You may be placing, for example, $5 trillion every single month into your gold. Then what you do is, you may make more money to counteract the percentage that you're giving inside the gold. And then what you do is, you halve it again. Halve it again in terms of your life. Make sure that you make 25% of what you have in terms of, say, you're making $5 trillion a month, which is $60 trillion a year. Make sure that you make $60 trillion for the year. No matter what, over time, make sure that your percentage is dropping while the gold percentage is increasing. So what you need to do is you need to drop it to 45% cash flow and place 55% into the gold. Then go 40% of cash flow is coming from real estate. Do you understand? So that your gold is increasing in percentage, and your actual real estate percentage in terms of your real estate capacity, in terms of your cash flow that's coming from real estate, is just 1%. And that 1% has $100 trillion. $100 trillion of real estate around you. Do you understand? 1%. For 1% of your money inside the stock market is 100 trillion. And you can lose that money because you have another $100 million trillion inside the gold. Do you understand? Do you understand? So you have to realize, increase your gold capacity over time. Over time, always put in gold. You understand? And just realize the real estate that you have right now is never yours anyway. You'll never grab it. You never take it into your grave. You understand? Once you die, that real estate money that you have will never ever come with you. Just realize that your health is first, no matter where you are in life. You can be in the year 50,050, and guess what? Your health is number one. And you have more technology then. You have more technology in 50,050 than you will in 2020. You understand? Imagine 50,050. What the world will be. Now, no matter what, your health is first. Realize, no matter what you're doing, health is first. For your era, those people living in 50,050 right now, realize health is first, and everything I've said in this video counts. You understand? Now realize, no matter what, health is first. Realize, no matter what, that you hold 1% of your money, no matter what you are doing. What you are doing, make sure 1% of your money is in real estate, and get to the point where you 1% of money. Put your money in real estate. Make all your money be in real estate, but realize, no matter what, that your money must go into gold. So everything I've said, realize, no matter what, it counts. Just realize that your money must go into gold, and for actual stock market exchange, for the stock market, realize that 1% of your money must always be in the stock market. 1% of your money in 50 years, in 100 years, in 55,000 years time, whatever it is, understand? There is no future, there's only this moment. In 55,000 and 50 million trillion years, it's going to be this moment. Understand? Now realize, what happens is, you need to put all your videos and audios into writing. Because writing will exceed audios, it will exceed videos. You understand? Writing is always there forever. Writing will always be writing. There's always something that you can do in writing. So realize, always transcribe everything in terms of video that you do and audio into writing material. Just do it anyway. You understand? You never know what can happen. You understand? They may change the sequencing of the 360 pixels, or today there's a max 4K resolution. In 55 million years, guess what happens? Your writing material will still be here. You understand? Your writing material will still be ingrained in here. The video material, you never know what will happen. 4K resolution, 4K, the highest resolution camera right today, there is no right or wrong. The highest resolution camera right, there's no right or wrong. The highest resolution camera today may be very old in 50 million years time, and they may never use it. You understand? Just go and put all your videos and audios into writing. That way, nobody can exceed you. Understand? Your writing will always be here forever. Understand? So do that, and realize, no matter what, images will always be here forever. Images, actual images. And honestly, they will. And no matter what, realize that 1% of your money is in the stock market, no matter what you're doing. Because the stock market eventually, and the world is going into the stock market exchange. Why? It's set up that way so the poor get poorer and the rich get richer, as Robert Kiyosaki says. Do you understand? The governments of every single country, no matter what year, are investing in the stock market. And you need to realize, now's your time and your best time to be out of the stock market totally. So those people living in my time right now, thank God, because guys, now's the best time for us to just live a life where we never have to be in the stock market in the first place. Imagine those people who actually have to go and now live in the stock market. You understand? Now guess what? It'll be easier anyway, because you have the information. But for me, I get to live in a time where, hey, the stock market is now becoming something bigger. You understand? In terms of money sequence, the money is all going into the stock market now, and we're all trading on our phones. You understand? That's my time. And no worries, I love my time, because guess what? I'm a person who is a vegan at 27 years. I plan to do this all my life, and I actually did start at 27, which I'm way ahead of the crowd in terms of those people I've met in the past, and in terms of the world, about what I say and what I do and how I see life. And what I see is always the truth, and I have the truth with me, and that's all I need. Understand? I never care what time I live in. As long as I see the truth, I'm happier than yesterday. I'm better than yesterday, and that's why you guys, no matter what time you're living in, you have to realize I speak for everybody. understand? I speak, you must be better than yesterday no matter what time you're living in. So realize no matter what, 1% of your money is in the stock market. Realize that no matter what, be out of the stock market, all up, be out of the stock market. Be out of the stock market. I never love to repeat myself. I just love to give you value as much as I can in this video. And realize no matter what, that in the future, there is no future at all. So with your money, your real estate must be circulating. Realize no matter what, you're always a person that is living life to the best of your ability. And guys, just realize your time is now. The time is now to do something amazing with video, audio, writing materials. Realize no matter what, because of everything happening in the world today, now's the best time for you to really help yourself grow and to really get on camera and to really prosper and succeed. Realize no matter what happens in the future, there is no future. You understand? Every time I say that, I must repeat myself and say there is no future. Because guys, no matter what, every time I do that, I make a better habit. That way, I did make a 2-hour video. I did plan to do this video for 1.5 hours. And I did actually speak through this video really intellectually in terms of vocabulary and how I speak. And I really did exceed my expectations here in terms of how I can see life. Now, I never know how, I only see how. And realize no matter what, that you're a person who is studying self-education, that you're a person that's living life. Realize to always get back into the topic of what you're speaking about. Speak about the video and what your topic is. Realize that you can still always speak about what you're doing every single time, even though you believe you may have finished, even though you believe you may have done something to exceed your expectations. Realize that you do keep moving on, you keep moving forward in what you're saying. So you have to make it interesting. You have to make your life interesting. You have to see that no matter what happens, the world is here for you. The world is actually here to help you. Just be ahead of the times is all I'm saying. The world is shifting upwards. The stock market will always be going up. Just never rely on the stock market, because the stock market can crash and it can burn you out. It can take all your money. And the stock market now is having all the money put in it right now. And guess what? Those people who have no real estate in these times are going to be backlashing the most. They're the people who are going to be causing the most crime, because they're the people who are most poorest. The only people who have actual money, in terms of real money, in terms of cash flow, in terms of real estate, are the people who are rich in terms of financial aspects of life. There are people who have financial capabilities in terms of real estate but have no health. Do you understand? So those people who do have health, such as me, and no real estate currently, you understand? My real estate is inside my body and I'm happier than ever. So I realize no matter what, those people who do have real estate and no health, I'm actually richer than them, because I have the health associated with my life. So realize that health is always more important than real estate. Invest in health first and make sure that your health is number one first before you even get to real estate. Understand? Make it a goal in your life that health is number one. You never touch money and finances before your health. Make it a goal of your life, no matter what. That you never get richer with financial aspects of life before you even get richer in health. Understand? Get richer in health first and then go for money. Because if you're a smoker, if you're a person who drinks alcohol, if you're a person who is a drug addict and has poor health, then all the money in the world will never help make you happier. Understand? Make yourself happier first by taking the action necessary to start doing these videos. Start doing audio, video, quotes and writing materials so that you can go from poor to rich health in a health-wise and also in financial-wise manner, so that you realize that once you start teaching something, even though you may be poor health-wise, that you realize once you start teaching, you become richer in your health and finances. Guys, there's always more to talk about. There's always more to say. I realize no matter what, I can keep going in this video. I realize I can do it. I realize no matter what, I will. I realize no matter what, there's always a time and place for me to say something and to really speak out my heart on what's going on. And just realize no matter what, that your life must be better than yesterday in all aspects of life. Realize you're never putting less pressure on yourself. Put more pressure on yourself. Be a person who's actually living life to the fullest. Realize no matter what, I'm never scared of what's happening. I'm always a person growing myself. I'm always seeking better ideas. And I believe no matter what, that I can have actual break now in terms of life. And no matter what, I do never have a break in terms of my life. I mean, I have to get into other aspects of business. And I realize no matter what, that 2-hour video now for this video session is more than enough for me. I realized that it's a beautiful topic I did speak about today. In terms of this video, I have another hour video I have to do. So there is now, in terms of my life, it's almost 3 o'clock. There's 5 minutes to 3 o'clock. And I realized no matter what, the time is now anyway. You understand? So I realized I have 3 hours to make a 1 hour video. And that way I did achieve the 3 hours for today. And that way I did do a 2 hour video. So I can actually do, for example, 3 videos per hour. So I can do in 3 sessions, I can do 3 hour videos. In terms of, I can do 1 hour, 1 hour, 1 hour, which makes up 3 hours. I can do 3 hours in terms of 3 videos. And I can also do two videos in terms of 1.5 hours each. Or I can do two videos in terms of 2 hours and 1 hour each. And I can do 1 video in terms of 1 hour a video. You understand? So I'm always seeking a better way to do videos. I'm always seeking a better way to do something for myself. I realize I never have a break. Even when I say I have a break, I never have a break. I never have a break. I'm never in a break period. There's no such thing as have a Kit Kat, have a break, as they say in the commercial. Understand? There's no such thing as a Kit Kat and chocolate in my life. I never have ice cream. Why? I can have ice cream. I can have vegan ice cream. But guess what? It's been over 4 years now since I've had ice cream. Why? That's because I look excellent now. Understand? I used to be a person who was eating ice cream before bed. All that sugar before bed. And you vegans who are watching this, you may realize that. Understand? When you're eating, when you're fat, when you're 47 kilograms fat, and when you're 45, when you're more than 400 or better, when you're 113 kilograms fat and you lose 47 kilograms, you realize how that is and how it feels to be overweight and obese and eat sugar before bed. That's what I really mean. Now, my communication has improved throughout my time and throughout these videos. Guys, I have so much education to go. I have 20,000 quotes, guys, in terms of my life, and it's a life coaching program in its own. It'll take you at least a month to just read all of them. No matter what, depending on how fast you go, you have to read 600 quotes a day in order for you to actually read my quote course in a month. Do you understand? So no matter what, realize I'm always making quotes, I'm always doing videos now. I'm doing journaling every single day. Guys, you have my note system, and my note system, my journaling system has ebooks. It has everything in terms of my planning strategies, everything that you need to succeed. Guys, you just have to go through it. You have to read. You have to read physically my journal. You understand? How can I do that in audio? It's meant to be in writing. So you understand? It will show you all my planning techniques. You just read it, and then you have your journal with you, and you say, oh, that's what he's talking about, and then just go word something for yourself and what you've learned from my journal, and that way you just keep doing that for the course of the journal. You understand? And that you always learn something. You learn new business strategies, something amazing in my beautiful technology and what I do. And no matter what, my technology is my information product. My technology is everything. Do you understand? Do you understand? My information I can give you now is my wisdom acquired in order, no matter what, that I'm living my life to the fullest. I'm living my life to the fullest. It's everything in terms of to teach you everything how to grow, as long as you are taking your own notes. When I say you take your own notes, it means, hey, you need to write everything I say in your own words in order for you to grow. You never just copy me. You never copy my words. You never copy me word by word. You never copy me word by word. As Vishen Lakhiani says, connect the dots. He means make words in your own paragraphs. Make sure you're teaching your own words. Teach your own words. Did I copy someone to do this video? No, I taught it in my own words, in a different way than I did 200 videos ago. Each 200 videos that I did in the past, do you understand? I did 200 videos. Each of them have a different teaching and a different method in the same way. You understand? So each time I do a video, I'm smarter than how I did it before. Why? I changed my communication skills in each video for the same thing. For the same thing. You understand? So each time, as for example, Gary Vaynerchuk says, he's repeated his life in terms of communication and what he says in terms of marketing thousands of times. And that's what you need to do also in terms of life and what you're teaching. If you're teaching about cars, you need to teach it in a different time in terms of you make 1,000 videos for about how to do cars. You need to teach 1,000 different ways on how to do cars. And that way you'll solidify yourself as somebody on how to do cars. You understand? Because you've taught it 1,000 different times. So that's what you need to do. That's what you realize no matter what. When you do videos, audios, and writing and quotes, and I did over, for example, 20,000 quotes in every single different manner. You understand? And that's what you need to do for yourself. You need to be selfish, and you need to realize that you need to do 20,000 and 100,000 quotes and more in a different manner every single time. Every single video, audio, writing technique, every single writing material, every single sentence that you make, every single word that you give toward people has to be different. That's how you grow. That's the expression of mind in a different way. That's how you communicate your expression of mind in a different way every single time. You're changing approach, as Tony Robbins says. That's how to live, guys. No matter what, I hope that you guys have enjoyed this video. This video has been a blessing for my heart because, guys, no matter what, I can exceed these videos and do more than 3 hours when I really feel like it. No matter what, today I may do so. No matter what, realize today that you do dedicate yourself, that you really dedicate yourself into being ahead of the time. And no matter what, realize, stay away from the stock market, put your health first, realize to get into video, audio, and also writing and quotes. Realize to make sure that you're traveling less, in terms of make sure that you're traveling more, but that you look like a person that is never traveling. Also, no matter what, look professional and better than butt. Realize that you travel as a minimalistic person, that you're having to carry less with you as you're traveling. That's what I mean. Travel more, just look like a person who is living in Perth, such as me. I live in Perth right now. You understand? I live here. Why? I'm always growing from where I am. I just look like a person who lives in Perth. That's what you need to do. You need to live like you're broke. You need to realize, never go for real estate and never go for the money unless your health is first. Guys, no matter what, see you guys in the next video.